the bowl, right?
Yes.
Because of the embankment that you have there.
Yeah. So it's a function of how much speed you carry in. However, you are spot on.
Dude, I got my chicken strips down to half a fucking inch, man. Oh, I'm almost there. I'm almost there, man. Just gotta hang off a little bit more.
You're doing better than that R7 stunts kid.
Oh, you're always straight up and down, wheeling down the highway. Do my pretty buttercup.
Have fun.
Thanks, babe. See you soon. T-minus 2 minutes. Got the little mini truck, got the big rig. Bye, honey. Got to drive the Kenworth up here. It's been such a cool experience. The best way I would describe this first track day is surreal. That's a one word, surreal, because I've been coming here since the 80s, watching all the pro riders at the Loudon Classic, and I never got out on the track. I competed at a pretty high level in motocross, you know, tried to compete for complete in the AMA Nationals, AMA Arena Cross. I got a second in the AMA Pro Arena Cross in Worcester back in '88. Never qualified for an outdoor national or a supercross, but God knows I tried. Won a bunch of local motocross championships, but this racing thing is, I mean, this street bike thing is just freaking awesome, man. I'm on a Ninja 650 2022 or 3. They say this is a good starter bike, just like that one right there. We're doing this twin cylinder. So far, so good. Used to come here to their nationals, the stands would be sold out, packed. This guy's insane. One of the instructors about 38. Absolutely ripping on the 450. Hell yeah. Gotta keep focusing on body position and where my feet are putting weight in the pegs. Guys, I'm here with one of the legends of road racing, Jerry Wood. He's been around the scene for over 50 years. He's the founder and proprietor of the Penguin Road Racing School, who have put more guys on the track and into racing and into the highest level of racing than any other form or school on the planet today. His son, Eric, now runs the school, and the apple didn't fall far from the tree. His son, Eric's another legend of racing. He'll be out there today racing in the Loudon Classic. Big, exciting day here. You hear the bikes in the background. This is the largest purse in racing history here, not just in Loudon, but throughout the USA. There's a $400,000 purse up to grabs. So you got some heavy hitters like Ty Scott, but they're going to have some stiff competition from the local guys, Shane Narbone. And Jerry, been a big fan of yours for years. I've actually bought some motorcycles from you at the auctions. I bought like 21 bikes from him at the last auction. He also owns Jerry Wood Auctioneers. So just amazing what you've done. And tell us a little about what inspired you to start the school. And you've been in it. How long have you had the school?
Oh, well, we started teaching school in 1973. We made a deal to have track days with Keith Fryer, and people would go out and make mistakes and fall down. And we said, well, we should give them some instructions before they go out. In fact, in the old days, we used to practice for half a day before anybody told you anything. We had a meeting up on top of the restaurant here called the Bar Building, and that was the basic school. And the kids had already been on the track for half a day. So they'd be all wrapped up in various bandages and stuff. Yeah. And I said, we should teach them before they go out. So that's what we started doing. We formalized the school and got it so that we gave you the do's and don'ts before you went on the track, and then get out there and actually teach you how to ride.
I actually graduated the school yesterday. Actually, I only went to one class. The guys who really graduated, there was another guy in the class who had gone 21 times. It's such a good time. I'm definitely signing up for the June 23rd one at Thompson Motor Speedway. If you want to come to the school, is it Penguin? What's the website?
Penguin Racing School.
Penguin Racing School. Google it. Get online. June 23rd. There's some limited spots left, but I'm going to be there taking the school for a second time. So you should come down and check it out yourself. So I had an absolute blast yesterday.
In fact, Eric's right here. If you want to.
Oh, Eric, yeah. Eric,
Eric, you want to be on TV?
Sure.
guys, this is the man himself, Eric Wood. I had an absolute blast in your school yesterday. It was so much fun. And I was just talking to your pops about his history, 50 years involved with the Penguin School, father-son team, and the apple didn't fall far from the tree. And you've taken it to the next level. You even started a business designing and building the parts that I see on all the bikes here that turn them into real road racers and not street bikes. So,
yeah.
And you're racing today. Are you pretty pumped or what?
No, I mean, listen, this is the Loudon Classic. This is like the biggest race in New England. You know, the pinnacle of our racing up here at our home track. So we're super excited to, and represent. We had a good qualifying session yesterday. Going to start from the front row. So try and get out of the lead pack and have a great race.
Eric's going to be in the front row. I'll be down on the starting line filming him wheeling into the first turn. So we're going to live stream it too. So we'll have two feeds, one on the Kaplan America YouTube channel and one on the Kaplan America Instagram channel. One of them is going to be from up top on Granite Ridge. So hopefully it'll be a little bit better footage than we got from the 102nd. So stay tuned for that. And there's a big money up for grabs this year, right?
Yeah, man, listen, it's the biggest money of any race anywhere. It's actually the largest purse ever offered for a motorcycle road race in North America. So 400 grand up for grabs. We're excited to go out there and compete for the win. You know what I mean? The money will be the secondary compete consideration. The thing I'm excited about is to race against the top level talents here. We have some of the very best guys from Moto America. And so we're really excited to go out there and compete against those guys.
That's awesome. And I don't think anybody who's going to be on the start line today has turned more laps of this track as you. Is that a correct statement?
Of the Classic, I would say that's probably accurate. Yeah, we got a couple of local guys that have done quite a few laps as well. But we've been coming here. I've been racing it since 1990. Got several thousand laps around this place to be conservative. So it's we love this place. It's a great racetrack. It's got all kinds of different corners in it. They can challenge you in a bunch of different ways. And so, yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch.
I heard an estimate that he had done 15,000 laps around this track. So they say you got to do anything 10,000 times to master it. So trust me, he's the grandmaster here. So it'll be fun watching you out there. Which bike are you racing today?
We're racing our new Yamaha R6.
R6.
Yeah, this is a brand new bike for us this year. We spent a couple races on it. We got one weekend on it prior to this thing, to this event, to try and dial it in. And have been working on getting the suspension all done. It's got a really good engine in it. The chassis was a challenge at the beginning. When we first started riding at the beginning of the weekend, we were struggling with it. Wasn't very comfortable with the motorcycle. I'm used to riding a Ducati, which is a very different motorcycle.
Yeah, I've always seen you on a Ducati, yeah.
Yeah, so we've had to adapt our riding style, but we worked hard. My crew chief, George Cann, and I have been working together with a bunch of our guys who help us out. The guys from Mike Himmelsbach and guys that built the engine, the guys Bausch Racing and stuff. Those guys have been a great resource for us during the course of this weekend as we've been rebounding ideas off back and forth of each other and making changes. We changed springs and oil lights and compression settings and stuff. But I finally got a front end that we're really happy with, I'm comfortable. So you can get out there and run the pace for the race. So excited to get started.
As far as your school is concerned, and again, I had the time of my life. The day flew by. And I actually got to do my first races. They called it Super Street, and I battled it out for last place and had a great time. But luckily, the guy's bike broke down, so I didn't come in last. So and it was so much fun to be out there. It was an adrenaline rush. I really, really enjoyed it. If you want to come to that class June 23rd, go on the website, sign up. What would you say to the guys up and comer who has never been out on the track and they want to give it a shot and get into racing? And I know you put a lot of guys at the highest level in racing through your school.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than people think. We run these schools every Friday before an event that happens here and several other locations. Like you're going to come to that event at Thompson when it's on the 23rd. But when we do them prior to these races that happen at the Hampshire Motor Speedway, which always happen the Friday before a NEMAR weekend, people think that it's hard to get into racing. I got to have a fully race prepared motorcycle. I got a safety wire and all that kind of stuff. And what we created several years ago was like a half step that allowed people the opportunity on a track day prepared machine to come and try out racing. And as you discovered, right, Super Street is kind of like a little bit of a hybrid. You still get a little bit of class in the morning, but they get you out there, and after you've been through the school for a day and get some coaching in the morning, you get to line up and take the race just like all the other guys. And they have their own practice sessions. So when you're out there riding, you're just with other riders that have never raced before. And it's a really cool opportunity. What we've done is we've had a whole bunch of riders who perhaps weren't sure if racing was for them. And they tried Super Street and they just got hooked.
Besides you, in the 50 years, Jerry, that you've run the school, who are some of the? You mentioned Dale Quarterly came through the school and made it to the highest level. Who are some of the other champions that have come through the school?
I mean, just recently, right? We've had a bunch of young kids that have come through. This has been one of the things we're perhaps most proud of, right? We had some kids that started out at as young as 12 years old, and 14 years old who came through the school, and they've gone all the way to winning races at the Moto America level. We've had Ben Glotty, who came through and won races in the 500, the Junior Cup races, and then we've had Teague Hobbs, who won Twins Cup races. He's a current factory rider for the BPR Yamaha team. He's ridden for M4 Suzuki and that kind of stuff. Like he's won races. Eli Block came through last year and won a couple of nationals in 500 Supersport. And so it's been really great to see some of the young talent that's been cultivated from Neymar in the school get all the way to Moto America and actually win races up there. So it's been a really enjoyable part of our experience recently.
Frankly, I don't think you stand a chance of doing good at racing if you don't go to school. I mean, straight up, you learn so much in the learning curve is without the school is like this, with the school it's like that. You can learn so much so fast. And I'm a motocross guy, 50 years, been racing motocross at the highest level, AMA Pro, and I've won some local championships. I never battled it. Let's just set the record straight. I never battled out for last place in motocross, but here in road racing, it's a different sport. It's like a football player trying to play basketball or something. It's a different sport. But you learn so much. And this jacket I'm wearing right here is from the Canning Speed Establishment. I've been to Canning School a half a dozen times after racing Southwick for 50 years. I go to his schools. You learn so much when you have a pro instructor watching you ride. You don't realize what you're doing unless someone's filming you. But even then, it's hard to be see what you're doing wrong. So have these guys give you the tips and tricks and they'll tell you everything you need to know to ride at the highest level. Whether you can do it or not depends on your talent, and in time, in practice. I mean, you're not going to go out there and hang with these guys after having 10 laps. I mean, he's got 15,000 laps and spent his whole life doing it. But you can become another great like the Woods or like Shane Narbonne or like Eli or any of the local guys who made it to the top, Dale Quarterly. But you got to come, you got to get involved with the school, and you got to commit. Like I did it the first time at 60 years old. Don't be 70 going, I wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Get out there, get your butt out there. You don't even need a bike. You can rent a bike, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you have some motorcycling experience, right, the only prerequisite is to have like fundamental motorcycle skills. Like, hey, I don't have to think about braking and shifting and that kind of stuff. I know how to ride a motorcycle, and we take all kinds of riders who have basic motorcycle skills and teach them how to ride better. And it's really much easier than you think. The racetrack, feels intimidating to people that haven't been here before. But this is by far the safest environment you could possibly do it in. And it's all motorcycles, obviously no cars, trucks, or anything like that. Everyone's going in the same direction. You don't have dirt on the side of the road. You don't have telephone poles. You don't have mailboxes. You don't have UPS trucks. It's like, and if there is some hard object around the racetrack, the Hampshire Motor Speedway, over the course of the years, has spent a couple $100,000 on air fence. So everything's padded and soft. We made the place as safe as we possibly could to give people an environment to find out what these bikes can really do.
Yeah, if my son wanted to ride a super bike on the street, then we're absolutely no. We own a motorcycle shop, and he's tried to weasel a couple of them out of there. The biggest one he ever got was a Gas 700, and that's an enduro bike, so I was okay with that. But I wouldn't want my kid on the street on a super bike. But here, I would absolutely. This is way, 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 way safer than in any. It's safer than riding a Harley Davidson Cruiser on the street because every bozo is texting and watching YouTube videos. And there's so many distracted drivers today. This is as safe as it can possibly be. And I never once yesterday felt like I was in harm's way. So, and at the school, the riders are all mostly students anyways, except for the instructors who will pass you every once in a while to show you how slow you're going, but sideways on a supermoto. But yeah, it was a really, really, really awesome experience. Highly recommend you sign up for the next school and come and get involved. The website, they can see your schedule on the website, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Go to just www.penguinracing.com. full schedules on there for the whole year. We have schools in New Hampshire, we have schools in Thompson, Connecticut. We even go down to Daytona at the end of the year. So lots of opportunity to come out here and give this a try.
The Daytona school, that would, for me, I've been going to Daytona since 1990 every year. I wouldn't miss 1 year. That was the year my son was born, but 34 years I've been there on the sidelines watching these guys have all the fun. This year, I think I'm going to get out there and sign up for the school and get out there on the track, because what a different experience to actually go through the same corners they're going through, albeit 50 miles an hour faster, but an experience on a level of what they're doing. It was really a cool experience, and Daytona is on my bucket list. So I hope to be down there in October, God willing, with you guys.
That's a bucket list for lots of riders. It's once you're into this, you've been racing for a while, and guys come up here, like, that's one of those trips as a racer, like, you have to make at least once in your life, because there's just no place like Daytona International Speedway. It's a true unique, iconic track worldwide that people recognize, and if you have the opportunity to experience it, you should definitely come do it.
You have the room to make the motorcycle go as fast as it can go.
For sure.
And that's during Biketoberfest, right?
Yeah, we do it the Monday after the Biketoberfest event.
So you can go to the Biketoberfest event, see it's like an international motorcycle show. All the manufacturers are there. You can see all the new bikes, all the gear. You got the beach, you've got restaurants. There's all kinds of entertainment bring the whole family. I've been going in an RV with the kids since they were babies, and they grew up there at Daytona. So definitely a great venue. Who are your sponsors today, Eric?
Man, I've got a whole bunch of people that help us out. We're grateful for all the kind of people that help us. First of all, I've been with Dunlop Tires for a long time. They've been a critical part of our race program for ages. We got our suspension guys like Penske Shocks. Maxima Oils has been behind the program for a long, long time. And then we've got like the products that we build and the companies that support us, guys like Hindle, guys like Armor Bodies, the zero gravity windscreens, the guys from Orient Express, they help us out with some suspension stuff. We've got a long list of guys. I mean, you look at the motorcycle, they're all over the place. I mean, of course, the protective gear that we wear, I've been sponsored by the best leather company in the world for a long time, Advanced Leathers. Right here in New England, they make some of the best stuff in the entire world. Stuff that can take multiple crashes and stuff. We got Arai helmets, Held gloves, TCX boots. We got a whole list of guys, REB Graphics, the guys makes this beautiful graphics for this machine. Armor Bodies bodywork.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, they do such a great job. You know what I mean? I've been using Penske Shocks on these things for a long time. I use them on my Ducati. I use them on my R6. This is like, off the shelf, make any bike handle better. We got all the personalities that help us out. My mechanic George, and I got my friend Stafford Beganis, and we have a crew that helps us every weekend long. It's like, you can't do this without this. Racing is like one of those things that come up here, especially at the Hampshire Motor Speedway. Half of when you come here, you come for the racing, and then people stay here for a long time because there's such a fantastic community here. It's like, once you've been here for 5 or 10 years, it's like you stay half for the racing and half for the people, And so, anyone that's seen this video and you have interest, it's way easier to get involved than you ever thought. And, if it's even a thought in your mind, you want to give it a try, it's a bucket list kind of item, and you might get hooked and find a whole new group of people that can expose you to a world you never even knew existed.
Yeah, everybody was super helpful at the school. You feel like you're part of a big family. It's not like any intimidation factor when you're getting out there on the track. They're just trying to help you learn how to go fast. So, and as far as the area, if you don't already know this is during Laconia Bike Week. We're exactly about 15 miles, about a 25-minute ride from Weirs Beach, where all the Harley riders and everything's going on. But you're crazy if you go to Laconia and you don't come up and watch the classic, the race. Right outside the Speedway, Harley Davidson has a big display. Some of the other manufacturers have like a motorcycle show with all the new bikes out there. Indians out there, you come ride. Brand new bikes are free. All kinds of food, restaurants. It's a resort area. You can camp out here at the track, take the school, and then go ahead and have a little mini vacation while you're here, which is exactly what we've been doing. We've been we took rides down to Weirs Beach, and you can ride around the lake, which is a 2.5-hour ride around Lake Winnipesaukee, which is absolutely freaking spectacular. All little towns, and you stop for ice cream and just have a great time. So it's a family event. I see a lot of people with kids here, dogs. I even bought my cats. I got my 2 cats, and Christy bought the cats. They're in the trailer. They don't care. They're just relaxing in it. So make it a family event, or come by yourself, and you'll feel like you're with a family because the people here are all awesome. Well, hey, I know you got to get ready for the race, so we'll get out of your hair. But thank you so much for having the course. I had such a blast yesterday. Guys, you sign up for it. Go take it. You won't regret it. Jerry, thanks for starting the school and being the founder, and being here, and everything you guys have accomplished for the sport of motorcycle racing is huge. So You guys should be in the Hall of Fame as far as I'm concerned, in my books. So keep up the good work, and good luck out there today.
I can.
Crush it. God bless America.
Up as our award ceremony for that last race, the Pro 500 Super.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you. I looked back first off too, and she was right there behind me. And then I can't.
All right, guys, let's get this go on the road. Pretty good exciting race, little drama in there. Eli, like to make it exciting for us, right? But anyhow, so I'd like to congratulations to everyone for the race. I want to thank everybody for being here, supporting these racers. They appreciate it, all the teams, and it looks like hopefully the weather cooperates with us a little more. But in third place, we have Nathan Betancourt. All right, second place we have Nathan Mascaro. Adam, sorry.
I didn't win shit.
No cheat sheets. All right, then the winner of the first place is Eli, not Eric. All right, thank you very much. Roll Thunderbike race. Second call. Yeah, buddy. Good job.
Tyler Scott with a win and the big take-home check, $60,000 large, and the cup. So you're making up for last year's second place, you were saying, right?
Yeah, fired up after that, and just sitting at home, figuring out how I could do it better, and we did it this year.
2 out of the 3 last years, you're up at the top step of the podium. All the hard work's paying off, man.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
up the good work.
Thank you.
We'll see you at the next one.